Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, Bahashim Kodash, double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aquath that are listening and learning being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. All right, so I was watching this, I watched the video, and then in the comment section, somebody commented and said that the immigration crisis um, had something to do with Cloward and Piven, so I looked it up, and it inspired this lesson here. So, and I'm gonna try to keep this extremely short. But the point is that these curses, right, which is what they are going to come back on our enemies, starting with Esau. So get ready for that. And then we'll go into it. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 32, which when my daughter was born, was taken from me, and I hadn't. Let's read it. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, in this case her mother, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Okay? Now, this right here, right? Let's read it again slow. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. And we're going to take a look at that, right, in a movie. Right? And the movie is called Roots. But this is the epitome of this. Okay, let's take a look at it. Right here. I'm not even going to read that. We're just going to watch this. Okay, Salaki. Let me set it up. Okay. Look at this bullshit. Okay, Salaki, bear with me. Now we're going to watch this. Here we go.
What you doing?
Mandinka people believe that if you save the dust from someone's footprints, someday they come back.
Like naming her Kizzy was supposed to make her stay put. Well, either you lied to me, old man, or you've been lied to. That child is gone from us, and she ain't never coming back. You hear me? Never.
There's no might in his hand. He can't do a damn thing. So let's read that again. Okay, after watching that scene, go back and watch it again. Thy sons and thy daughters, Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. And this is a curse from the Most High, right? A curse on who? The nation of Israel. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might. And then we just watched it. Okay? We just watched it. Now, I made it all the way through that, and then you got Black Wall Street, and you got Negroes doing well in their own communities, right? And I was born in '63, right? Now listen to this, okay? And listen to what this guy says about the late '60s. And when I say I was born in '63,
If you're currently paying,
means I remember what was going on in the early '60s, and it wasn't what you see today. Okay, so this is called the Cloward and Piven strategy. Okay, this goes into welfare and how these devils set us up, right, to further keep the family separated, right? This is Back to Front 2020, Cloward Piven strategy 3 years ago. Okay, so listen close to what this guy is going to say, especially about what was going on before they started this, right? This is very telling. All right, go ahead.
The new left and almost
Salak.
you see the new left and almost specifically one of the professors in this building, Francis Fox Piven and Richard Cloward, in their book Regulating the Poor and in their movement, as a almost prime movers in this disintegration of the black community in one sense, and the rise of this feeling or this paradigm of therapeutic alienation.
Francis Fox Piven and Richard Cloward created so much black pain, and it's really a shame how little this is known. It's very simple. The idea that there could be a kind of welfare policy where generation after generation stayed on it, nobody cared whether the people got a job, and you were paid for having kids, didn't exist until the late 60s. A lot of people seem, understandably, to think that that's the way welfare always was. It was that way for a good 30 years. That only started then. There's a reason why when you read a novel about the black poor in say, the 1930s or 40s, that welfare is generally mentioned once or twice. It was hard to get on, it barely paid you enough to eat, and social workers were always trying to get you off it. And this counted for whites as well as blacks. So we're not talking about welfare as a racial issue in the 30s or 40s. But starting in the late 60s, welfare was expanded by those Columbia social workers. Their idea was benevolent. They were trying to create a guaranteed income, but that didn't happen. And it left black communities where it was possible to spend your life, if you were a woman, living on welfare, and to spend your life making children you didn't have to take care of if you were a man. You couldn't do that in 1958 because the government wasn't going to take care of the kids. So the issue is not that black people were somehow evil to go on the welfare. If it was offered, of course, that every third person took it. That's human nature. But if that welfare hadn't existed, the black community today would be much more coherent than it was. There's no such thing as whole communities where having a father was strange until welfare was changed that way. It was one of the most important aspects of black history, what those people did to welfare legislation, although it should also be said that it was spearheaded by George Wiley, who was black. But still, it was a grievous, grievous wrong. And the people involved in that, even today, the ones who are alive, have blood on their hands.
Have blood on their...
A more profound effect on the black community across this country than factories moving away or anybody using the word nigger or any of the other things that we're trained to think more about.
That is very, very telling on how we got to where we're at today. Because I remember, first of all, my mom and dad, right, stayed married for at least 30 years of my life. Okay, so they were both there. That whole raised by your mama and all of that, that didn't exist, right, in the 50s. The man was there. The family was there. It was solid. Okay, why did they have to destroy that? Because you'd wind up with a Black Wall Street. Pre-70s, okay, back in civil rights, right, the country was segregated. It was separated. Here's the black side, Stay on your side. Okay? So, right? So the whole civil rights thing is okay. Now everybody is one, and there are no barriers anymore. That was designed to take away the strength that Jake had, which would eventually culminate in Black Wall Street. They knew that they had to get the man out, and he just explained the strategy, okay, on how to prevent Black Wall Street. Okay, so let's just get a couple of scriptures and we'll go ahead. See, we understand this devil and his device. This is a device. Let's get Second Corinthians 2:11 real quick, because we're not ignorant. We understand what the hell is going on. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. That was Cloward and Piven is a huge device. Okay? That's a huge device. And we'll end on this just to keep it short. Whoa. Let's see, right? What? Grievousness. I'm spelling this wrong. Yep. Woe unto them that write grievousness, which they have prescribed. Yeah? Where is it? Unjust. Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. We move on, read on that. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the... Woo! There it is. Right? Woe unto them that write, Salakia, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from afar? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave? And where will ye leave your glory? Okay? All right, so what's going to happen here? Right? Let's get Deuteronomy, what is it, 30? See, because that scene with Kizzy and children being taken away, it's going to come back. Let's see. That's what I'm looking for right here. Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies. So whatever happened to us, Deuteronomy 28:32, right? Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people, like we saw Kizzy. The Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee. Well, who's that? Which persecuted thee. That means those same curses that were on us, where we were being made to look terrible, right, are going to come on who? Our enemies and them that hate us. Well, where can we find who those people are? Listen to the language. Psalm 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies, same words, make a tumult, and they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. Who are these people? Jump down to 6, the tabernacles of Edom, so-called white men, and the Ishmaelite, the Arabs, right? Jump over the Chinese and get to the Africans, right? The Africans. Now, who was involved in the transatlantic slave trade? So-called white men, the Arabs, the Africans, okay? Our enemies, all these curses, right, are going to come upon them. Go back. What? Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Let's get one of these curses. Revelation 13:9-10, yeah? And then we'll close on this. Revelation 13:9, if any man have an ear, let him hear, meaning understanding. Understand this, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be, you see these words right here? Must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And it's just that simple. So hang in there, brethren. All right? Hang in there. We get to see all these curses come upon our enemies very, very soon in what they call the kingdom of heaven. With that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. With that, we're going to say shalom.